Hi, this is Ryan from ICEC, and today we're going to learn about biology. To help you, you will be able to see all of the vocabulary from today's lesson below. What is biology? Biology is the study of living things. What do this dog, this flower, and this mushroom all have in common? They are all alive. But what makes something alive? Is everything that moves alive? Well, water can move, but it's not alive. So what about things that can grow? Well, fire can grow, but it isn't alive like you and me. What makes something alive? All living things are called organisms. Plants, animals, and mushrooms are all organisms. In these pictures, there are plants, animals, mushrooms, and many other things. All of them are alive. There are 5 things that all of these organisms have in common. 5 things that are true of every organism you will find on Earth. First, all living things need energy to do things. Energy is the power needed to do any kind of work. You need energy to walk, to write, to read, and to think. But where does energy come from? How do you get it? Humans and other animals eat food for energy. We get energy by eating plants and other animals. What about plants? Plants get energy from the sun. And mushrooms get energy from dead plants and animals. So first, all organisms need energy. The next thing that all organisms have in common is that they are made of one or more cells. Cells are the smallest living things. Most cells are so small that you can't see them. Some organisms, like bacteria, are made of only one cell. Bacteria are really small. We're going to look at how small they are. This is about how big people are. Here's a basketball. Here's a chicken egg. And a penny. A piece of rice. A piece of salt. And finally, we see the biggest bacteria. Even though bacteria are very small and are made of only one cell, they're still alive. They're organisms like plants, animals, and mushrooms. But this is the biggest bacteria. Let's find an even smaller one. Here's a human hair, but we have to go much deeper to find the smallest bacteria. Here we go. This bacteria is really, really small. Bacteria are made of only one cell, but they're still alive. Some organisms have billions and billions of cells. This tree is called a redwood. It's the biggest organism on Earth, and it's made of billions and billions of cells. This redwood is so big that you almost can't see the people standing next to it. All cells are very similar. Bacteria cells and the cells in the redwood are different, but they work very similarly. What are some other things that all organisms have in common? All organisms react to their environment. The environment is the land, water, and air where plants and animals live. To react means to do something because something else happened. All living things react to their environment. For example, if you touch fire with your hand, it will hurt. So you will react by moving your hand away from the fire. If the sun is very bright, you will react by covering or closing your eyes. Living things react to changes in light, heat, sound, and touch. Organisms use their eyes, ears, and noses to get information about their environment. Next, all organisms must grow and reproduce. Reproduce means to make babies. All living things reproduce to make more living things. If organisms did not reproduce, they would all die. And of course, all organisms grow. Children grow up. Finally, all organisms must keep balance inside of their bodies. For example, the human body temperature is 37 degrees. But if it's 0 degrees outside, your body temperature doesn't go down to 0 degrees. If it's 0 degrees, your body will stay at 37 degrees. This is called homeostasis. Homeostasis means balance inside of your body. These rocks are balanced. In this graph, the red line is more balanced than the blue line. Homeostasis is a kind of balance, too. Organisms that are in homeostasis are not too hot and not too cold. They don't have too much water in their bodies, and they don't have too little water in their bodies. All organisms must be in homeostasis. So let's review. For something to be alive, it must get energy, it must be made of one or more cells, it must react to the environment, it must grow and reproduce, and it must be in homeostasis. That's it for today. Here's a list of all the vocabulary from our lesson. Thanks for watching. To learn more about biology, come study at ICEC.